Hey everyone, this is Chris and Sandy Benton with the Chris and Sandy Show. We get up close and personal, some amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I say on every episode, we got a great one for you. Who do we have?
We're so excited to have Lex Lumpkin with us today. He is a multi-talented actor, singer, writer, dancer, and pianist. He is best known for his series regular role on the All That reboot on Nickelodeon, co-hosting the NFL on Nickelodeon, and has recurred on Nickelodeon's Drama Club.
And we're excited to talk to him about all that and then some. So welcome to the show.
Oh, that and this up. I like that. Thank you for having me.
That's our pleasure.
Dancing. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I could. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that dancing, but I appreciate it.
And we forgot about Unfiltered too.
Oh yes, one of Christopher's favorite.
That's
shows
one of his
to
favorites to watch.
Oh, for real? Mm-hmm. Unfiltered was one of the funnest for me because meeting all those stars on there and getting to hang out with Jay Farrow. Ooh, yeah, that was cool.
Awesome.
So I always like to start the show out kind of same way. Last couple years have been rough for a lot of people, but especially entertainment. So how has all the COVID stuff affected what you do, and what have you done to maneuver through this phase?
So the COVID part has mostly affected us through being on set because everybody has to have masks on and we have to get tested like every 2 days. Wow. So we're getting tested like 3 times a week every time we go on set. But otherwise, for me, I've always been homeschooled, so it hasn't really affected me in that sense. So I just kind of stayed home, but my brother was there with me. So
yeah,
okay.
I feel like, yeah,
we homeschool little Chris, so
we do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I like it.
He loves it.
Oh, he loves it, and of course it gives us where he can be on almost every show because of that, and we travel a little bit so we can take the work with us on the road, so it kind of makes it a lot easier. So a lot of people would ask, when did you know you wanted to be an actor? But I always like to go deeper than that. When did it actually click for you that acting could be a career?
When did it click for me? It was when I was about 11 years old, because that's when I booked my first ever professional role. I was Stuart Little in the play Stuart Little, and we did 63 shows. And not once did it ever feel like I was working. So that's when I knew. I was like, I can get paid for this? I like this.
Yeah.
So that's definitely when it clicked for me. It's like, oh man, I want to do more of this. I like this.
So what was your first audition like?
My first audition?
If you can remember.
I do actually remember. So I don't remember every detail, but I remember it didn't really feel like an audition. We kind of just went in the room and had fun. Of course, we did prepare like a monologue, but otherwise, it was just, we didn't read any scenes from the show. We kind of just went in there, did some exercises and left because we were all really, really young.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is it a little different now since COVID? Because of course, since everybody does Zoom stuff, I get, because I've had a lot of actors tell us it's like a catch-22. It's like now you don't have to actually audition to audition, but at the same time, the world can also audition for that same part.
Exactly. So before, there were a lot of in-person auditions. I did do some Zoom auditions or Skype auditions, but now every audition that comes through is a Zoom audition. And it does give more people the opportunity to, audition and showcase their talent. So it's kind of good in that sense, that no matter where you are, you still have this, an opportunity to send in your tapes.
Because it was all those things where, if you want to do it, you move to LA, but now you almost don't have to because you can wait till you get the role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, they see the glory in what you do, but they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggle it takes to make it in any part of entertainment. And we always want to talk about that side of it because I think that a lot of times people sugarcoat this. They think if you got the talent, you'll make it. We both know that's not true. There's a lot of starving artists, a lot of starving actors. So tell us a little bit about the sacrifice side for you.
Well, for me personally, I mean, it is a sacrifice in terms of like, I'm not in person, I'm not at school. But I'd say when it's something that you enjoy doing, it's a lot, the work is a lot easier because you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And it is hard work, but I love acting. So it's fun for me mostly.
Because you talk about enjoying, that's the part that when you look at people out there, that's the shame part is, a lot of people out there, they're in their 9 to 5 or they're in their blue collar job, but they hate it. And they know that they got more in on, but they don't take that risk like you're already taking at a young age.
Thank you.
And so it's like sometimes, in life you have to take the risk because, what great is it to do something great and that you love at the same time?
Yes, sir. But and you kind of do have to make a career choice early. Because when I was younger, I really wanted to play sports and be in athletics, but I haven't really had that much time to hang out with friends and participate in those activities. So that can be a sacrifice as well. But I think it's worth it because I'm having a lot of fun.
You wanting to be in sports when you were younger? Well, you're kind of doing a lot of sports stuff now. Huh?
Yeah, I am. I've gotten to meet a lot of NFL players and coaches.
Yeah,
that, being like a host for the NFL or for Nickelodeon.
How's that been for you?
Oof. It was a lot of fun when I was very excited when I first got the opportunity to go out to Miami to do the Super Bowl or to do the wild card game. And I was starstruck the entire time because we got to see Deion Sanders. I got to hang out with Hollywood Brown. We saw Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. I was over the moon when I got to see all those guys and hang out with them, and I got signed footballs from them. I got to do a TikTok dance with Rob Gronkowski, but we did so many events, and it was definitely worth it. And yeah, I that was by far one of the funnest things that I've done so far.
Wow, you're talking about TikTok. Social media has been a game changer for the entertainment industry, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because people our age and above, a lot of, you watch social media and you see them a lot of times. They talk about that the young people are lazy, that they just wanted to be these TikTok and YouTube stars. And I always ask them, I was like, have you ever sat down and seen what they do from sun up to sundown? There's a lot of work into being a content creator, and at the same time, there's a lot of money there too if they do it right.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's like that with anything. If you want to be successful, it's of course going to take hard work. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people only see the one side of it. Like you said, they only see, it's easy. They're just sitting at home. They're not even working hard. But it is a lot of work, and it takes a lot of thinking into trying to figure out what people like and what would entertain other people, and trying to grow your account and stay motivated and continue to stick with it.
Yeah, because even what we do, being a host here, and we're starting to have celebrities starting to come on and all that. We didn't start out that way because with COVID, we started this show, January 2020, so a couple months before COVID. And and the base of this, the foundation was to be an up and coming country music interview show.
Okay.
Well, COVID kind of opened the door for us to be full entertainment.
I get you.
And so we've never imagined none of this, but people see what we do, and we have sometimes celebrities come on like yourself and all that, and they they have so much fun. It looks so easy. And I'm like, you don't realize the work we do behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. And trying to schedule all these celebrities, trying to get people to come on the show and have things that are intriguing to talk about. Yeah, I totally get you.
And at the same time, yeah.
Oh, sorry. There was a short period of time in 2020 where my mom, my dad, and we did a show called Live with Lex. And it was basically we bring you the heat from the quarantine streets. And I would just bring on my friends, and I send DMs to everybody. I was like, yo, you trying to come on the show? You trying to come on the show? We're doing this. And I got Keenan Thompson, Josh Server. I got a lot of people on there. But yeah, it's hard work, especially this one specifically doing an interview format where you're trying to research the person and you're trying to ask questions and find things out about them. So yeah, it's pretty difficult.
And my whole thing is I try to research enough, but I don't want to know too much. I want to learn on the show because to me it makes it more raw. Because I like the conversation. Now again, some fans of some of our guests don't like my style because I like to talk too. I like to have a conversation. And what fans sometimes don't understand is I've been able to pull out of some of the people who doesn't talk as much things that they would have never talked about if I didn't throw my story in there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree, because it feels more comfortable when it's in a conversational podcast format. Yeah,
And that's what we've always tried to do.
totally. I like it.
So what's kind of next for you?
What's next for me? So I recently finished a short film that I wrote, directed, produced, and I acted in it. And I'm going to put it in some film festivals this fall. And if you guys want to stay updated on that, I'll be posting some updates on it and on all my platforms, mostly Instagram. And you can follow me at Mr. Lex Lumpkin.
And we'd love to have you back to talk about that as things progress.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
So as you know, a lot of people, they see you, but they don't see the team behind you. In our opinion, teams never get the love they deserve. And I don't care if a person has a team of one, because there are people out there that have that, or a team of 300 like Justin Bieber has. A team is a team. It takes a village. So tell us a little bit about the team that helps you be who you are.
So we have a team of 3, and it consists of me, my mom, and my dad. And my parents I'm so blessed to have my parents, because they've been in my corner since the beginning, every step of the way. And we had no idea that I'd even be able to make it this far. And they've just been so supportive, and I'm so glad to have them with me. But you know, they help me out in every aspect. Like my mom, we bounce ideas off each other. And my dad, he runs like the business aspect of things. And I kind of just like to think of ideas and write sketches and you know, the creatives.
So tell us a story of your parents. I know you got 1,000 of these, but tell us one story that kind of stands out where they went above and beyond for you. And you're like, wow, they really get, this is my calling and my passion.
Ooh. Okay, let me think. We do have a lot of stories, but I feel like the biggest one was when because I grew up in Indiana for like the first 12 or 13 years of my life. Mm-hmm. And when I wanted to become an actor, my parents was like, you know what? Let's pack everything up and move to LA. Wow. And so they just took everything. My brother too, he's also supportive, because he came up and he moved to LA with us. And you know, that's where I booked my first show, all that. So, you know, it was worth it, but they really took that risk. And I feel like that was one of the biggest things that they've done.
So how did that come about, all that?
All that?
Yeah.
So, okay, it was actually when I came to LA, I came like the 3rd time that I came to LA, it was during pilot season. And it was the first audition that I had when I first came out. And we had to think of like 2 or 3 characters, and we had to write a sketch for them. And we got called back like 8 times, and we had to think of like different characters, and we had little workshops. So once we did all those callbacks, I finally came in and did a test. So a test is basically where there's like a big old table, and there's like Brian Robbins, which is the head guy over at Nickelodeon. And then you got a bunch of producers, and you got the director, and you got the writers, and everybody's sitting there and they're just looking at you. And you gotta perform those sketches in front of them. And that's the last thing you do before you finally book the role. And that's what I found out. I was actually going to another audition, and we were sitting outside, and we got the call from my manager and agent, and you know, and they were all silent on the phone. They were like, Lex, I gotta let you know something. They really, really liked you. And when I heard that, I was like, oh man, they about to say I didn't get it. And then she goes, you booked the role. And I sat there in the car for a moment, and I was stunned, and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, wait, Mom, should we even go into this audition? I don't know if I get it anymore. So, but that was what it was like when I booked all that. And
I get your thinking on that, because I understand when someone says, I appreciate, or that was good, you're always waiting, okay, but
yeah, where's that?
I was like, here we go.
You know, speaking of teams, all ago, we have a 3rd co-host, our little 10-year-old.
Oh yes, and he is a fan. He loves Nickelodeon.
He does
everything you've been on. Yeah.
So Sandy's gonna go get him real quick. And we've got a 3-year-old that when she gets older, she'll be plugged into the show too.
Ooh, okay. I'm looking forward to that.
Because we're definitely keep it family affair, you know. that's one thing when we launched the show I wanted to do. I was like, if we're going to do this, let's involve the family, not separate the family.
Totally.
And that's why I like what you're doing with how your parents have really involved they're like, you know what? If it's for you, it's for us.
Mm-hmm. My parents have always been all in for me and my brother. When I wanted to be a football player or a basketball player, they were putting us in training. So they've always been all in for us. What's going on, Chris?
Yes. Hi, Lex Lumpkin. So what's your favorite food?
What is that?
I said, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food? Dude, it depends on my mood, but mostly I'd say pancakes, sushi, or pizza, and maybe spaghetti. It's a lot. That's a lot of options. But mainly pancakes and sushi.
What's yours?
Mine is pizza.
Pizza? Okay. What type of pizza?
Pepperoni sauce and supreme and pineapple.
He's got 4 faves.
Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm mostly just cheese and sausage.
Okay, so what's your TV show?
My favorite TV show? It's either Naruto, Avatar: The Last Airbender, or Peaky Blinders? Maybe.
What's yours?
Mine is SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. Ooh, that's a good one. I used to
Can't
love
go wrong with SpongeBob.
Nope, you can't go wrong with it.
Okay, so what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. The Pursuit of Happiness is definitely up there.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I love that one. And Sean.
I love anything inspiring.
Yeah.
And Rudy.
What about you?
Blindside.
I also like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
And yours?
Mine's the Minions.
The Minions. Is that the new one?
And we just saw the Minions too at the theater.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I heard it was really good.
It was. We were visiting Nashville for a week for 4th of July week. And even though he's 10, he's never been to a movie theater yet. And our Caitlin, because when by the time we had her, we haven't never went to theater, and so we kind of couldn't go with her. So now that she's 3, it was like, well, you know what? Let's just we're in Nashville. Let's make they're both first time theater right here. So we went and seen the Minions too.
That's nice. Did you like it? Are you gonna go again?
Say no spoilers, but it was awesome.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. Right. Bye. Thanks.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for your questions.
Yeah, he definitely loves to be on the show. So if you could co-star with any actor or actress, who would it be and what role would you want to play?
Now, if I could be the co-star of Jamie Foxx, and he's like this master, and I'm the apprentice, and I'm learning from him, and he's kicking butt, and I'm on the side trying to kick butt too, and I'm trying to replicate what he's doing. I'm messing up, but I'm trying my best, and that's what counts. That would definitely be a movie that I would love to be in.
So what's a show or movie that's out that you wish you had a role in?
That's out.
And it doesn't have to be current. It could be something from the past, but
that's a good question. I think it would be pretty cool to be like a mob boss on Peaky Blinders. That'd be pretty cool. I would enjoy that. Get my villain on.
So back in 2015, we got to interview Kelsey Ballerini before she was Kelsey. Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry. So I cut out for a second.
No problem.
But back in 2015, we got to interview Kelsey Ballerini before she was Kelsey, so to speak. And one of the questions I asked her was where she wanted to be in 5 years. I always like to ask this question and tell that story because the answer she gave us back then is almost to the T of the life she's living right now. She knew where she was going. So knowing that, where do you want to be in 5 years?
Well, in 5 years, I definitely will have wanted to be in some movies by then. But I also think it would really be really cool to own like a mini starter studio that I could make content out of full time and rent it out to people. Yeah. So that's definitely somewhere I want to be in 5 years.
So let's look deeper down the road. Let's say 15 years down the road, and let's say you're a success on a grand scale. Whatever that looks like for you, you've made it. What do you hope you never forget on that journey?
I hope I never forget to, first of all, enjoy. First of all, enjoy what I'm doing, and to take chances and never regret anything. To make sure that I never look back and go, oh man, I wish I did this or I wish I did that, and live life to the fullest is definitely something I want to be doing in 15 years.
I love it. And what would you like for your legacy to be in entertainment? What would you like to be most known and remembered for?
What would I like to be most known and remembered for? Someone who made a difference. Someone who made an impact on people and inspired others. It's definitely that's what I want to be known for.
Awesome. If you could say anything to your fans and followers, what would you want to tell them?
Thank you guys so much for supporting me. And I've got a short film coming to you guys really soon. I finished editing it and everything. You guys will hear some updates on my Instagram, so make sure to follow me, Mr. Lex Lumpkin. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
Love that. So as we start to close out here, this is usually I ask this question in one way, but I'm going to ask it in two different ways because you being a young actor. The first is, what advice would you give someone who wants to do what you do?
So I've said this once before. I've got 3 things. So first of all, make sure that it's something you love, because of the work that it takes. It's going to be hard, but you're going to enjoy it if it's something that you love doing. 2, you're going to have to persevere, because in this business, it's something where you're going to get a lot, and I mean a lot in all caps, a lot more no's than you're going to get. And then embrace the haters, because not only do they help you get better, but they also boost your engagement. So
love that. Yeah. So now let's flip that question. What advice would you give that parent that has a child that wants to do what you do?
I'd say be as supportive as possible. Do what you can to help them, and push them. You always want your kid to be successful, but you got to make sure that they're working towards these goals. And I
think sometimes parents can go overboard too much. They want to push them too much, or they want to persuade them not to do it.
Exactly.
It's like two extremes.
So you want to be supportive is the biggest thing. You want to be supportive.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So tell everybody how they can find you.
So yes, on all social media platforms, I am at Mr. Lex Lumpkin, and I post mainly on TikTok and Instagram. So make sure to check me out on those platforms.
Love that. And we definitely enjoyed having you on the show. And
this was fun.
We look forward to having you back down the road.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And this was fun.
Maybe we'll be one day one of the hidden people on Unfiltered.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe. Or Christopher.
Or Christopher. One of us, right?
He loves it.
You have a great day.
Thanks so much for your time.
You too. Peace.